Hi there, it's Pastor Alan Hughes coming to you from Word of Faith Christian Centre here in the beautiful city of Port Elizabeth. Now, so many times we get confused between forgiveness and blessing. Many people believe that they receive their forgiveness by trying to obey God's law. Simply isn't true. And the Apostle Paul confirms this in Galatians chapter 3, verse 11, when he says, "So it's clear that no one can be made right with God by trying to keep the law. For the scriptures say the righteous will live by faith." Now, you and I are forgiven because of our faith in the blood of Jesus Christ and God's faithfulness to accept it. So forgiveness was never the issue. The law was given so that forgiven people would know how to live in order to be blessed. Your forgiveness was unconditional, but your blessing is conditional. In other words, you could live your whole life forgiven, absolutely forgiven, a born-again child of God, but still miss God's blessings. Why? Because you made decisions that led you down wrong paths that led to kind of a death, darkness, and decrease. Listen to this from Ezekiel 18, verses 1 to 3. "The word of the Lord came to me. What do you mean by repeating this proverb concerning the land of Israel? The fathers have eaten sour grapes, and the children's teeth are set on edge." Well, that was written to the Israelites when they were slaves in Babylon. Remember, they'd started as slaves in Egypt and for 430 years, and then God sent a deliverer called Moses. And God rescues them so that he can show through Israel what it looks like when God's in charge. Now, we know there's a gap between the Old Testament and the New Testament. The Old Testament ends with the Jews in slavery, and there are 400 years between the end of the Old Testament and the beginning of the New Testament. Jesus starts his ministry at 30, so a new deliverer appears. A deliverer that will break the yoke of the sins of the father being passed on through generations. What Ezekiel is saying is that you're not stuck. You're not stuck with the sins of your father or your mother. They don't predetermine your life or the path that you choose. You can make your own choices. So choose God's ways and God's path for your life as they lead to light, life, and increase. God takes no pleasure in people staying in darkness. God is not out to get people. He gives them choices and is delighted if a person who was on the wrong road changes direction. And we see Jesus saying the same thing in Luke chapter 15, verse 7. He says this, "In the same way, there is more rejoicing in heaven over one lost sinner who repents and turns to God than over 99 others who are righteous and haven't strayed away." So let God deal with the darkness. Let him give you a new heart and a new spirit. By faith, may you have the courage to step out and choose to live God's ways. And may light, life, and increase dominate the rest of your days. God bless you. Bye for now.